Hello everyone. In this video, we're picking out and sharing the latest topics about Asia. From one of the most famous Reddit-style forums in Japan. Even if you don't understand Japanese, we've translated everything into English subtitles and audio. So you can join the conversation as if you were in Japan. So, let's dive into the discussions happening in Japan. Some Japanese companies are starting to pull out of China, trying to escape. It's said that slowing economic growth, high unemployment, and decreasing purchasing power are the main reasons behind it. The business environment in China has clearly changed. On top of sluggish consumer demand, Chinese shoppers are now opting for cheap local online brands over Japanese department stores.
Well, if even the Chinese are leaving China, it's no surprise Japanese companies are pulling out too. China is just going back to being a poor country. China's always been poor, except for a few. I wouldn't want to live in a country where your own kid could get killed. You've gotta run to survive. It's tough just trying to pull out of China. You can't even get in without forming a joint venture. So simply pulling out isn't that simple. You need to factor that in, or you might act too late. Looks like they're heading back to the planned economy days of Mao. And they probably don't need foreign companies anymore. The world's hardest working country. Yet 600 million people still make less than $1,500 a year. Even India's quality of life is better. Wow, China sounds like such a sad, poor country. Japan should help them out. We helped them plenty, but they've repaid us with nothing but hostility. The Communist Party says, leave everything behind and get out. Since China banned taking assets abroad, it's like they're severing ties. The only bustling places are family restaurants, with Japanese brands and a few sushi chains. The Chinese are too greedy. They confiscate your technology, your materials, and even ban you from taking the money you earn out of the country. Of course, people will bail when things go south. They should have lived humbly from the start. China's time in the sun sure ended fast. What's Xi Jinping gonna do about this mess now? Looks like we're going back to the days of bicycles and Mao suits. If you can't make money, and it costs a lot just to stay safe, of course you'll pull out. Colleagues and local hires started coming back home around 2 years ago, saying it was impossible to get any work done. The real estate bubble bursting and COVID just sealed the deal. No way Uniqlo is pulling out. You'd better run before the Communist Party, panicking about foreign companies leaving, catches up to you. If you went to China in the first place, it was a dumb move. But at least the smarter companies are getting out now. If the worst thing that happens is that you can't leave, you should consider yourself lucky. The police won't protect you, and neither will the government. When you pull out of a communist-controlled country, you're banned from taking any money or equipment with you. And unless you bribe them, they'll drag out the process. If the Chinese government calls you a spy, they'll arrest you without question, convict you, and you'll be in prison for 20 years. It's not just Japanese companies, others are running too. Japanese companies are fleeing because they couldn't make it in the Chinese market. All the money they invested was for nothing. Come on, it was never going to work in a communist country. No, they're just pulling out because they've recouped their investment. Suzuki made a bold move picking India. Japanese manufacturers peaked in 2012. The anti-Japanese riots that summer kicked off the exodus, and it's been speeding up ever since. The streets are filled with laid-off Chinese workers. Just being in China is a risk, no matter who you are. Is Konica Minolta sure the Chinese won't steal their copier patents when they pull out? German carmakers are doing the same thing. China's finished. Some newspapers are running features about Japanese students going to summer camps in China, supposedly to learn about its growing technology. Weird, right? It's probably a camp to learn firsthand how China's gonna fall into poverty and famine.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.